Good morning. Thank you for attending. As you know, on Wednesday this week, the Parliament adopted the Recovery and Resilience Facility, the biggest building block on the next of the next generation EU recovery package. This morning, President Sassoli and Prime Minister Costa signed the legislative act on behalf of the Parliament and the Council in the presence of President von der Leyen. They will now comment on this, following which there will be time for a few questions. Presidente Sassoli, prego.
Sì, grazie. È stato davvero importante la presenza del Presidente Costa, che è voluto venire personalmente per firmare questo atto storico, e la presenza anche della Presidente von der Leyen in Parlamento con noi per dire che l'Europa oggi conclude una fase, che è quella di mettere a disposizione dei paesi, dei cittadini, delle nostre imprese, risorse, capacità e obiettivi per la ripresa. Abbiamo sempre detto che la ripresa deve essere europea, deve essere per tutti, e abbiamo lavorato in questi mesi perché la risposta sia per tutti, e questo è il giorno in cui con una legge europea si conclude questo lavoro. Adesso la parola spetta ai Parlamenti nazionali, speriamo che facciano in fretta, che mettano anche rapidità nella ratifica delle risorse proprie per consentire l'emissione dei bond e di racimolare sui mercati finanziari le risorse che sono state destinate alla ripresa dei nostri paesi e al rafforzamento dell'Unione Europea. Grazie.
Good morning. At last, we have a twin engine, a vaccine to save lives and a vitamin to boost economic recovery. Now we need to accelerate vaccination, and it's up to us to put recovery in motion. We are fighting for health and jobs at present, looking into the future. We are investing today in climate action and the digital transition for the EU's next generation. This is the most innovative plan we have ever had to manage the most challenging crisis we have ever faced. Now we can be sure it's possible to eradicate COVID, and it's possible to build a fair, green and digital recovery. It's time to deliver. Member States must conclude the ongoing process of ratification of the own resources decision. Once this regulation is published next week, we have to start the formal negotiations of the national plans with the Commission, and the depth of the crisis calls for urgent action. We must take up the ambition of having the first plans approved by the end of April. What our citizens expect from us are concrete results: jobs, prosperity, well-being. We must all rise to the bold, unprecedented and ambitious political initiative which brought together the Commission, the Parliament and the Council. We cannot afford to waste more time. We cannot afford to fail our citizens. So, let's deliver.
Yes, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to congratulate Council and Parliament for the final adoption now of the regulation. This is indeed a very historic moment. As you said, Antonio, we are fighting this pandemic and the severe health crisis with the vaccines. The vaccines are our ally and hope. But we should never forget the second enormous crisis we have. This is the economic crisis. And there, our ally and our hope is Next Generation EU. 750 billion. 750 billion to support our citizens to keep their jobs, to support companies to stay in business, and to support communities to maintain their social fabric. And this, indeed, Next Generation EU is our ally in this fight, and it is our hope in this fight. It is also a unique opportunity for the member states to work together on our priorities: the European Green Deal, the digitalization, and resilience. Next Generation is more than money. It is a very strong message of solidarity and of trust in the European Union. Because what is true for the virus is also true for the economy. No member state on its own would have been possible to master this economic crisis just on its own and alone, because our single market is so deeply integrated that we have to join forces. And the integration of the single market is the basis of our prosperity. So joining forces, enabling the Commission to raise money at the capital market and then together invest it in Europe, that is an act of joint wisdom and an act for trust in the European Union. Now, indeed, we have to honor that trust. So all three of us are calling on all member states to ratify the own resources decision as fast as possible. And in parallel, of course, we are working intensively to get the national recovery plans ready. So it's time to deliver, indeed.